You know what
It's
TikTok's
cute.
been stuck in my head? Now I can't fucking think of it.
Oh, perfect.
What's that like stupid country song that everyone's singing now on TikTok?
Mm,
I was singing it all fucking day and now I can't think of it.
I've got nothing. Blank.
Hi guys, welcome to Hot and Bothered. I'm Chris Bruno,
I'm Cedar Champ,
and on this podcast we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
and everything that bothers the shit out of us.
We have no credentials
Minimal life experience.
and don't take anything we say too seriously.
Don't take our advice on anything.
Yes, we are neurotic and psychotic.
And
That's it.
it's up to you to decide if we're joking or not. Good luck.
It's up to you. So let us know. Don't let us know. Love you. Okay.
I hope everybody liked our guest episode last week. We had a lot
Oh
of fun
yeah,
making it.
that was fun.
Let us know if you want us to do it again, because that was kind of a slay.
Yeah, or let us know if we're just enough for you guys to deal
Yeah.
with, because
Also, yes.
you know,
Exactly that.
yeah.
Okay, I have like a little announcement I want to make.
Wait, I have an announcement as well.
Oh, okay.
I think mine's gonna be quicker than yours.
Okay.
Happy Pride Month.
Slay. Happy Pride Month, girls.
Happy Pride Month. If I saw you at Pride, I didn't because I was there for 12 minutes and I left. Also, Trisha Paytas had a baby today. I didn't know that she was
Slay.
pregnant with another baby. So she just gave birth to a Gemini.
Today?
I guess, according to E! News.
Wow. Oh, I love
And
a
yeah, it's
Gemini.
Pride Month. So let your freak flag fly and
I have something to say about
go
that.
off. Yeah.
Not only is it Pride Month, but it's also my birth month. I'm turning 26 this month. And at first, I used to be kind of annoyed that I had to share my birthday with Pride Month, because I was like, this month's supposed to be about me. But now that I'm evolved as a human being, I think it's such a slay that my birthday is during Pride Month. And I feel like it makes a lot of sense for me.
Yeah. It's
You know?
very applicable. It's very
Suiting.
like, yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the universe really had a plan for that one. And I respect that. Also, I will note quickly, I do share a birthday with Lana Del Rey as well, which
Oh
is
my
like the
God.
biggest slay of all time. I tell everybody that.
I share a birthday with Bella Hadid
Slay.
and Sharon Osbourne. Imagine. And there's some other person in there.
Wait, that's such a slay.
I know.
Okay, are you ready for my announcement?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna roll your eyes so hard when I say this.
I don't
'Cause
want to know.
I've been talking to Chris about this. I've been saying I have an announcement to make, but haven't told him what it is. I am pleased to announce that I am formally in a situationship, which is something we've been asking for months now, and it is actually beautiful.
Is this something that you have self-diagnosed yourself with, or is this an open conversation that you had with this gentleman or
No,
gentlewoman?
it's self-diagnosed. I could open the conversation if I felt like it, but
But that would take away. That wouldn't make it a
no,
situation.
exactly. We can't talk. It can't be mentioned. You know.
Yeah.
We have both on separate occasions to each other diagnosed it as a friends with benefits dynamic, which it is very much that. But we've been seeing each other so much more lately than normal. So I'm like, I think this reaches past the point of friends with benefits and is now a little bit of like a situationship. And I have some reasoning behind that. And that is, A, because we talk frequently, like multiple times throughout the week. B, we've been seeing each other almost every single weekend. And C, because he picked me up from the airport on Sunday.
Marriage.
Like, you don't just pick somebody up from the airport.
Marriage.
Especially not LAX.
Not even someone you're married to.
No. That is a situationship. It can't be anything else if not a situationship. Like, you don't pick your friends with benefits up from the airport.
No.
You pick your situationship up from
Like
the airport.
you don't pick up your friends with benefits from the airport. You don't pick up your boyfriend from the airport.
No.
You don't pick up your husband or wife from the airport.
No.
You pick up your fucking situationship
Exactly.
from the airport.
Exactly. So also, it's even worse because, well, a couple weeks before that, he invited me to go out of town with him, which I was like, friends with benefits don't really do that, but okay. I didn't go. But then this past weekend when he picked me up from the airport on Sunday, he doesn't live in LA. He lives outside of LA, and he had stayed in LA Saturday night and was going to go home, and I wasn't landing for like 4 hours, and he called me and he's like, "Hey, like I'm like gonna head home." And I was like, "No, you're not. Like stay in LA and
You're like,
pick me up from
I
the
need
airport
to
when I
see
land."
you.
Yes, exactly. Like this is urgent. And I was like, "Pick me up from the airport when I land and then like just stay over." So he came to my apartment while I wasn't here and like hung out here for like 3 hours.
Does he have a key?
I left one for him.
You're sickening.
I know.
You're disgusting.
So then he hung out here by himself and then comes and gets me from the airport and then drives me home. And like we had a little slumber party and it was cute. But that is like that would be going above and beyond for your friends with benefits. And that is why I'm diagnosing this as a situationship.
Well, I love that for you.
Me too. I'm really
I'm so
happy about it. I'm
happy.
super pleased about it. And it's super slay because like
Super slay.
super slay
Super
because
slay.
there's like a little bit of a dynamic of like some like lingering jealousy when like other men are brought into the conversation or when another woman is brought into the conversation, but also neither of us are like going to admit that to each other.
Mhm.
And like neither of us are introducing a conversation about like the nature of the relationship, like if we're like fucking other people, if there's ever going to be any level of commitment outside of what this is now. And it's just everything I could have ever asked for.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You have a little
so
pep in your
much.
step. You're giving homeless people cigarettes more often now.
Exactly.
You were smiling at the barista.
Mm-hmm.
You were just frolicking.
I'm like truly just, I've reached my highest potential, the highest version of myself.
Well, that's beautiful.
I'm an
I
evolved
don't
woman.
think that I will ever get there personally because I'm just losing hope.
I have faith in you. Well, okay, let's be fair. This took a long time to get us to this point.
Yeah.
I met this man in January, and it was like we were in love, and then we weren't, and then we were just hooking up like once every like 3 weeks and like not really talking. And then like, you know, it's been a slow burn to get us to this point. So I think that I have faith that you could pull that off.
I don't know if I have the patience.
We'll see.
I just go straight to marriage.
That's so true.
But we'll see what happens.
Speaking of airports, you have some trips coming up. Is that what we're talking about?
That was so awkward.
Well, you don't have a situationship to pick you up from the airport on your trip.
No, I don't have a situationship to pick me up from the airport.
Sorry for your loss.
I don't have a situationship to pick me up.
I'm
You know what
better
I
than
actually
you.
don't do is there are times where I'm fully capable of rewind. I don't ask people to pick me up or take me to the airport because I don't want to ever have to return that favor.
Me too.
Or have we talked about this before?
Or
feel obligated to?
No, but I also feel the same way.
Yeah.
I rarely will ever pick somebody up from the airport. Like if it's, well, actually that's not true. If it's somebody that doesn't live in LA, I will pick them up from the airport.
Yeah.
But if it's like a friend that lives here or something like that, like don't ask me that.
No one wants to do that.
No, and that's why I never ask other people, because I'm like, I'm not going to inconvenience you in that way, because I also know that you wouldn't inconvenience me in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like a common courtesy amongst us folks here in Los Angeles.
Exactly.
Is to not ask people to pick them up from the airport.
I had an ex-boyfriend that lived out of town, and he would fly in like at least 1 to 2 times a month to see me, and I would pick him up from the airport every time, mostly because we were so obsessed with each other that I needed to see him like the second he landed.
Yeah.
But traveling that frequently to LAX to pick him up and drop him off was
suicide.
Such a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Like so terrible. Also that drive home after you drop them off and you're just like sad and alone. Miserable.
I have never had the honor of dropping off someone that I loved at the airport, so I wouldn't fucking know.
Okay, well.
Yeah, but you know, maybe I'll find a man to take me to the airport tomorrow. Who knows?
Tomorrow? Oh yeah, you are flying out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Slay. Little Arizona girly. We just did like a little swap.
I know. I need to find someone to take me to the airport tomorrow and not return the favor. But yeah, I'm going on a little tripperdello tomorrow, as per usual. I can't.
Tripperdello.
A little tripperdello.
Cute.
A little tripperdello. And it'll be a cute little moment. A little R&R girls weekend
Slay.
under the sun. And
It's so hot in Arizona right now.
I'm so fucking excited. I'm going to burn to a crisp.
You absolutely
I'm going
will.
to fucking burn to an absolute crisp. You know what I tell myself every time I go on a trip?
What?
Which I've never, even when I go home to visit my parents, I'm like, I'm going to bring like an extra pair of gym shorts and like my workout shoes and work out during this trip. And I never fucking do it. Like when I was in Dubai, my friend's apartment has like a fucking built-in Equinox, and I was like, bitch, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna steam, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Didn't go once.
Yep.
It's like you I cannot find the time on a vacation to pencil in any kind of physical activity.
I have never, ever, ever, not once gone on a trip out of town in any capacity, whether it's a vacation, whether it's a work trip. I've never left town and actually accomplished physical exercise while out of town.
I think I'm going to try, because this trip is going to be like low key. I feel like a lot of the people that I'm going with do that kind of thing. So maybe it'll like motivate me a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
But also the question is like when you're out of town, what is the motivation? Like when you're home.
I mean, I'm going to be laying by a pool. So if I could get my, titties to sit a little bit higher for no one to acknowledge my existence,
right,
then so be it.
Do men really see results that quickly in terms of like working out?
Oh, girl, I'm doing 10 push-ups before I go to WeHo.
Stunning. Wow, that must be so
I'm
nice
actually
to be
not,
you.
but I have done that before.
Yeah.
But like if I do 10 push-ups, I like get a little, the veins are
Mhm.
popping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
20 push-ups,
Which I guess
girl.
like I wouldn't want to look like that.
Yeah. I used to not want to look like that. I used to want to be like a stick skinny. I used to want
Like
to look
Slender Man.
emaciated. I was like,
me.
I only do cardio.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm not really attracted to like a juice head moment.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I mean, my body, I have the weirdest fucking body shape in the world that I don't think that I could ever accomplish that.
I feel that.
No matter how hard I tried.
Me too.
I mean, my lower half, I look like the fucking Hulk, but up top, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on up here.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the body of like a nun. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I feel like I don't think I want to get into this because I don't want to announce this publicly.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about our body dysmorphia any further than we've already gone.
No, but we're talking about Slender Man. Oh, you know what I've been wanting to do more recently? I've really been feeling the need to do more walking.
Bitch, did I not have this conversation with you?
Yes,
I texted you the other day.
You did. And I was thinking it actually because I saw TikTok. I was thinking it before you brought it up to me. And now it's been weighing so heavily on my brain. And I think I need to start using like the treadmill every time I go to the gym. Like when I go in for yoga class, I need to do like at least like a little like.
What I did?
What'd you do? The finger.
Do you know what I did the other day? I think it was like last Thursday or Friday. I walked to Pottery Barn.
How far is Pottery Barn from your house?
2 blocks. But I literally walked there. And it was so beautiful.
I'm so
it was like
proud
6
of you.
o'clock. I was like, I need to get some more candles for my little glass things.
Yeah.
And I was walking to Pottery Barn. It was like 6:30. I was on the phone with my mom. And it was just such a beautiful, serene little moment that I was like, why don't I do this more often? But I was also looking at my steps in my phone and not taking into account, because I don't wear like a Fitbit or like an Oura Ring or whatever when I work out. Like I don't have my phone on me, so it obviously doesn't monitor any of that. But or an Apple Watch, God forbid. God forbid. That's a conversation for another day.
We're anti-Apple Watch on this
conversation
podcast.
for another day.
Sorry, girls.
But my steps. This is
like
embarrassing.
3 a day.
4,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, what?
That's
And I would like walk
bad.
the block again, and I was like, okay, we only went to we're only at 5,500. Walk the block again. I'm like, we're only at 6,000. I was like, what the fuck? How much do I have to walk do 10,000 steps.
A
But I do
lot.
think it's something that we need to start implementing into our lives.
I agree. I agree completely. I used to bitch when I lived in New York.
How many a day?
I don't even know and I don't want to know a lot, but there were multiple days where I would look at my phone and it would be like, I've walked 8 miles today. And I'd be like,
Kind of a
that's kind of
sleigh.
insane. But obviously, because I'm fucking unemployed and have nothing happening in my life, my steps have been pretty low lately. However, I checked the other day and it was like, I think on average, I do like 7,000 a day, which is like kind of a lot for
That's
like
kind of a
the fact
lot.
that I don't do
Yeah,
anything.
I'm like, do you leave this apartment?
Not
Your
really.
hotel room?
I mean, yeah, well, at least like when I go somewhere, like if I have to go to Target or something, I do walk there.
Do you know what I've been having like a hard time with lately?
What?
Usually I wake up and I'm excited to go to the gym because I'm like, I love my mornings, as I've talked about. I love having my little coffee. I like driving to the gym and I like having my little workout and then how I feel after I work out. But lately I've been like, I work out and I'm like, my fucking body hurts and that was stupid and I don't ever want to do that again. This has been
Like
like for the
sore,
past
like old
three
man
weeks, not even
pains.
sore. I'm just like, I didn't break a sweat and I'm doing like my workouts that I always do. So maybe I need to like level up in a way or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that was just like not fun and I don't feel any better than I did when I woke up this morning.
That's the worst feeling. Or like when you really don't want to go work out and you're like, I'll feel better if I do. And then you do it and it's like the shittiest workout of your life. And after you're just mad because you're like, why'd I waste my fucking time? That sucked so
Yeah, and
bad.
I'm like, just to say that I worked out today, but I'm like, did I even work out today if I'm not mentally feeling like I worked out?
Right. Like it's probably like how you feel mentally after a workout probably matters more honestly than how
No,
you feel
and that's the
physically.
reason like why I work out is because it's like therapeutic for me, like
Exactly.
above all else. Like vanity is we don't need to work out for any of that, but
Yeah.
like it's therapeutic for me. And lately
Yeah.
I've just been like, what's going on here, babes?
Right.
S-
And that's go ahead, sorry.
No, 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 I don't know what I was going to say.
That's why I go to yoga. And lately, every time I've gone to yoga for like the past probably like month and a half,
Mhm.
my back hurts after. And like today, I literally already told you the story. I'm not going to tell it again, but like my back was feeling great. And I went into yoga class and all throughout yoga, it was like perfectly fine. And then the last pose we did right before like going down for meditation, like I literally like something tore in my back. Like
That is so
I
disgusting and
heard like a
painful.
noise in my ear and I was like, what the actual fuck? And I like laid back down and I was like, I genuinely don't know if I'm going to be able to get up off the ground after this because that was like that bad. And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just like really sore now, but I'm just like I can't even enjoy working out right now. And so it's like there's no point, but I also can't just not work out, you know?
1,000%. That's how I feel. So we'll figure it out. Maybe I will on my little trip tomorrow. Maybe I'll rekindle my love for working out if I dare to step into a gym.
Are you traveling with anybody there? Are you flying by yourself?
I'm going alone.
Slay.
It'll be cute. It'll be fun. I
Yeah.
love a little lounge moment.
Of course.
Actually, I take that back.
You don't like the lounge?
I feel like I don't want to identify as someone who likes the lounge. Like
But you do like the
like
lounge. You just don't want to be that
I mean, I
person.
just go there and like, who doesn't like 2 glasses of wine before you get onto an
Of
airplane, like
course.
for free?
Yeah,
Hello,
duh.
but I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh my god, I need to get to the airport 17 fucking hours before boarding time so I can go get 75 soft tacos in the Delta Lounge and 19
And rob the
fucking
bathroom of the hand soap and like,
exactly.
yeah.
Like I'm like, and then I get. But also, like we've talked about this before, and we don't have to get into it. I get so disgusted so easily by people in the lounge that
Of course.
I'm like, I cannot
It's
fucking be
actually
here.
repulsive.
It's like, but I feel like sometimes going on like a quick little getaway that's like a quick flight, like you can have fun at the airport. Like it's like you just do your little thing, you
Mhm.
check in. If it's like easy, like tomorrow's Thursday, Wednesday. What's tomorrow? I don't even
Tomorrow's
know.
Wednesday.
Like it'll be like hopefully the airport's quiet as fuck, and I'll just go in and like it'll be a chill little moment,
Mhm.
and we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
sometimes it is like low key kind of fun to just hang out at the airport for a
Yeah. And you
moment.
can just like mentally pretend to be somebody else.
That's where you get your fucking steps in. That's what I like to do when I'm at the airport. I'll literally do laps around the terminal that I'm in. Like I will do laps. Like I just walk and just like look at all of like the little shops and like I mean I don't go in anything. I just like see, especially because when it comes to choosing where I'm going to get my coffee or like a snack from, I like to know what all my options are. I need to know what every single option is before I choose something. So
Uh-huh.
I do fucking laps around that bitch, and that is where you get your fucking steps in. And that's why at the airport, I'm very pro having a carry-on bag that has wheels. And then
That's my fucking
if you
issue.
have to have like a little shoulder bag or something, it needs to have the luggage strap on it so you can put that on top, and then your hands are free. You're just wheeling this like easy breezy.
That's what I was texting you about earlier. Like, I do not have a normal suitcase. Well, I have a few normal suitcases on wheels, but nothing
Carry-on
carry on
size.
that's like a good size. Like, I have like
Yeah.
a carry on that's like too thin, like a little too thin. Like, it's like, what the fuck am I gonna fit in there?
Yeah.
And then I just have like duffel bags, but it's like, I wanna. That's the next thing on my wish list. I need to get like a gorgeous little carry on suitcase
Yeah.
and a little something to plop on top of it.
That's the shitty part too, is because like a duffel bag is such a slide for packing because you can fit so many things in a duffel. And then like it's like when they're like, well, is that gonna fit in the overhead compartment or whatever? It's like, yeah, bitch, I can literally scrunch this thing down into like a pea size. However, I like my shoulders get tired like really easily,
Yeah.
and like I've done it a million times before and I will never do it again. But lugging a fucking duffel bag through an
Stop. Now
airport,
I'm gonna have to re-fucking pack.
I'll borrow you my fucking carry
No,
on.
I
Stop being a
can't. I
diva about
can't.
it.
I can't. Me with the hot pink Vermoa
It's
walking
that
through
would
the
be a
air.
sleigh. You would
Is it
look
hot
so
pink?
cute. Yes. And also on my flight this past weekend, both there and back, they were like, "Oh, we ran out of space. Like you have to gate check your fucking carry-on bag." So my cute little precious pink Ramoa, it's not even the aluminum one. It's like the plastic one, and I'm like, it's the cheap one. Like it's fine if it gets scuffed up. But every time they make me fucking check it, I'm just like, you guys use and abuse these fucking suitcases. Like I've seen you
Oh,
motherfuckers
when I came back
chuck
from,
them across
you
the
hold on,
airport.
pause. Do you know when I came back from Dubai, one of my suitcases, so I have like two big check bags and one I've had for like years, and I was like, I don't even use it anymore just because I'm like the things that the suitcase has seen, like I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Um, but it comes off the ringer or whatever the
The
fuck it's
belt.
called. Two wheels are gone and there's a crack in it, and I was like, I texted my friends, like I was like, my suitcase is completely broken, and I was like just rushing to get out of the airport because I was waiting for my bags for a fucking hour. I was like,
On your way back or on your way there.
when I got to LA, I
Yeah.
was like, get me the fuck out of here. Like literally ordered an Uber Black at the door, and I was
Yeah.
dragging this suitcase, like literally dragging this suitcase out. Like I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like I look so fucking trashy right now. And then they were all like, I didn't even look at my phone because I was bolting it to this car, and they were all like, you know that you can like file a complaint right there then and there, and they'll like refund you something or give you like $100 gift card, like Visa gift card, or they'll do this and that. And I was like, no, nothing they could have done. Like this suitcase needed to fucking die, and also like I needed to get out of this airport. I needed an excuse to throw this suitcase away, and like so then whatever. I tried to like call Emirates and like tell them that like they broke my suitcase, and they're like,
They're notorious for that.
I know, and they're like, did you file a complaint like at the airport? And I was like, no, you fucking idiot. I was trying to get out of there as quickly as I could because your dumbass flight took an hour and a half for the bags to come off the airplane.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we going with this? So your little pink suitcase is scuffed up.
Somebody that I know, like their family took a trip all together and same thing happened to them. Like everybody who had a like plastic hard shell suitcase, they all came out cracked. And I'm like, what are you guys doing to these fucking
Like,
suitcases?
what the
They
fuck are
literally
you
like they
doing?
probably have like a fucking axe in the back and they're just like hacking away at them. Like I don't understand how that happens. Whatever they're doing to these suitcases is fucking criminal. Like it's crazy.
I want to work at the airport. TSA, you know what people call TSA? Thousands standing around.
I've never
Oh my
heard
god,
that.
when I was flying back from Vegas, the TSA so there was like the middle line was, this was when I was like almost missed the flight,
Yeah.
when the lady literally checked me in the last minute that you could. The pre-check line, I'm not kidding, was 500 people deep.
Shut up.
And this was 5:30 a.m.
Shut
in
up.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh
And I was
no.
like like I was like coming down from my Molly high. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm going to die. Um,
Fuck that. Like, we don't pay for pre-checks just so all these fucking dumb whores can
no,
sit
I
in the
was
line and
like,
hog
this
it.
is insane.
Okay, yeah, that's something I want to talk about, the etiquette of TSA pre-check. Well, just pre-check, no, just TSA in general, but also pre-check, because I actually think about this now every time I go to a fucking airport. But my last boyfriend and I, he was Canadian, and so like he doesn't have pre-check because you pre-check's like an American
I
thing.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Is global entry an American thing?
global entry is I don't know. No. No, global entry is like
When you're coming
Canada, the
back to
US and
America?
Mexico. Like I think you can have global entry in like North
I
America.
see.
But
That's not
pre-check?
global. It should be called
No, no,
North
no. You
America
can use
entry.
global entry other places, I think.
I think you can only use it when you're coming back to the United States, though. Like if I'm in Europe and I'm coming back, I can't do global entry going into Europe, but I can do it when I
Oh
come
yeah,
back to the
yep.
US.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So Canadians can't have TSA pre-check, and I one time was going on a trip with my ex-boyfriend, and we get to the airport and we're like going to go into the security line, and we already had gotten in a fight like before we were getting to security, so like shit was a little rocky.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to go through pre-check
Oh my
because
god, that like that anxiety that just gave me, like when you are like with like your boyfriend or girlfriend and you're like get into a little fight and then you're going on a trip with them and like that mood is so fucking hard
it's
to
so
snap out
vile.
of.
It's
It's like
so
when you're
vile.
like at the airport or sitting in the car and you're like, I want you to fucking die right now. Like, get out of this
And you're
car.
like, I have to be with this person,
Yeah, you're like,
alone with
I'm.
this
How much
person
is it to
for
cancel this flight? Like, I would rather die than go on vacation with this person. Like,
literally
that
the
is like
worst.
that
And
feeling alone
you're
makes me
like
never want to
in
be in
your
a
seats,
relationship again.
like in your seats on the plane, like next to each other, like not even looking at each other, just like looking ahead, like gritting your teeth, like
Headphones
not
blasting.
acknowledging the other person, like
But
so
that is
bitter
a
and
very
angry.
specific feeling in a relationship. Is like
No, absolutely.
that alone.
Also, I can go on about this. My
What?
fucking ex-boyfriend made it so much worse because after our little fight, then he starts walking 1,000 miles an hour and is like walking ahead of me, like leaving me behind. And I'm like, could you be any more of a fucking diva right now? Like, honestly,
Like,
okay,
just calm down.
just calm down.
Yeah.
Like, we're
I would
gonna
be
be.
no, I would fully be him walking in
I
front.
know you
I'd be like, get the
would.
fuck away from me.
I know you would.
Like, don't talk to me. Don't come near me.
Okay, so the reason I need to talk about this is because I don't know what the etiquette is when you're, because I always, always, always travel by myself. I'm never getting on a flight with another person because, like, usually it's like,
Because of that one instance.
no, just because, like, that's just the way my life has gone. Like, my family all living in different locations. It's like when we're going to meet up, like,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one's
yeah.
getting on the flight together. We're
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
flying in from other places. So I'm so used to traveling by myself. And so anyway, this is like since getting pre-check, this is probably like the first or second time I've ever gone to the airport with another person. And I like am gonna go through the pre-check line and he's going through like regular TSA and I'm like, well, I fucking pay for pre-check and like why make both of our airport experiences miserable when
Yeah.
what I could do is get through security quick and then I can like get myself set up so I can figure out where our gate is, where we're going, da 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 da, and then like maybe figure out where we're getting our coffee from. You know, I can do all that while you're still going through
While you're
security.
tying your shoes.
Exactly. And so I'm like going through pre-check and he got so fucking mad at me because he was like, that is so fucking rude for you to go through through pre-check and like leave me behind in like the normal TSA line.
And
Like,
you're like, babe, I got us 2 burgers, 2 glasses of champagne. I booked like 6 tours wherever we're going, and here you are.
no,
Like,
exactly.
it
I
was
did
productive.
all of that in the time it
Yeah.
took you to fucking take your laptop out of your bag. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, anyway. And so then we actually were on that flight with another friend of ours who was going to the same place we were. And she showed up at the airport separately, so she went through security on her own and whatever. So when after we all got through security, me and my boyfriend aren't speaking because we're fighting, and my friend gets through security and we meet up with her. I like told her what happened and she was like, "Oh, fuck that. If you don't have fucking pre-check, that is not my goddamn problem. I paid for pre-check. I'm using my fucking pre-check. Like, you are not getting me to take my fucking shoes off in an airport, blah, 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 blah. But like, she's a diva too. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what is the etiquette there? Like, are we, if we're traveling with somebody who doesn't have pre-check, are we still using our pre-check privileges, or are we sucking it up and going through the line where I have to like pull my fucking liquids out of my bag and like take my fucking shoes off and be barefoot in the airport? Like,
Is that a rhetoric or is it rhetoric or rhetorical
I'm
question?
polling the audience. Everybody submit your answers to Hot and Bothered the Pod on Instagram.
Sometimes pre-check is like, sometimes they make me take off my shoes. Like, I forget where I was and they made me take off my shoes.
I've
This
had
was
that happen
recently,
once before.
and they made me take out my computer, and I was like,
What is the point of pre-check
where
then?
am I?
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? But I feel like if I was with one person and they didn't have it, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Depends on what shoes I'm wearing. Depends how long the regular line is. Depends on if I have my computer with me.
Yeah.
It depends on like if I care about this person.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you had a really compelling argument.
In terms of all the things I could accomplish while there's
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That wouldn't be me though. I would just be waiting there like a fucking idiot. Like, where is this person?
Yeah.
But because everyone knows that I can't plan anything or tie my own shoes for that matter.
So true. Which is why you have pre-check.
Exactly.
Once the shoes are tied, they're staying on.
Honestly though,
Yeah.
I fucking hate tying my shoes.
Also, it's disgusting to be barefoot at the
Oh,
airport.
absolutely
Like, why
not. I
are
would
we all
never.
running around, all of us walking in that same line with just our fucking socks on, and God forbid somebody wore open-toed shoes to the airport
We've been
and
there
is
and we've done
walking
that.
barefoot?
Not actually, but we've
We've not
talked
done
about
that,
this
but we've
before.
talked. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
not the fucking vibe.
Not the vibe. Don't wear open-toed shoes to the airport, and if you do, you're wearing socks with your fucking sandals. And I will let
That's
that
like
slide.
even more disgusting.
No, I will let that slide if it's that, or you're showing your fucking little piggies while you're out in public at the airport. No. Anyway,
Are you like
so
an airport outfit kind of girl? Like you fully plan your outfit?
no, I'm like whatever's easy and comfortable but not ugly.
That I could also wear on the trip.
Probably,
Potentially.
yeah, because it's like it's always like a pair of leggings, just because that's easiest and most comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and then like whatever like undershirt and like sweater that I'm probably gonna be wearing on the trip.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also like we're so annoying. 40 minutes about airports, but that's also another thing. If I'm like if I feel gross while I'm traveling, I don't want to like be wearing that same article of clothing throughout the
Correct.
trip.
And I don't want people to think that I wear something on an airplane and then wear it dirty again while I'm on my trip.
Right.
There's typically a washing machine and a dryer or a dry cleaner involved between those two scenarios. But we don't. I have other things that I could talk about, but I don't want to. For the sake of time.
If I can help it, I'll wear this same. I'll have one airport outfit and I wear it there and back.
Also that. Also, what I wanted to say that I didn't say that I'm going to say is, do you think that was a good little rap? Oh my God, Nicki Minaj. What I wanted to say is, people sometimes are like get grossed out that men wear shorts at the airport. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know if I care, but at the same time, I don't want to see anybody's skin.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I've realized. I don't wear shorts at the airport often, but like sometimes, babe, if I'm in a pinch, like I've gone like straight to the airport from the gym kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I'm like, but now I'm like hyper aware of that because I know
Yeah.
that it gives people the ick sometimes.
Yeah.
So I try not to do that.
But also, like, for me, it's like when I see a woman at the airport and she's in shorts or like a dress, God forbid, or something like that, I'm like, don't you get cold? I'm cold on every flight I've ever been on. I've never
I'm
been
shivering.
hot on an airplane. Like, I want my legs covered because I'm freezing.
Yeah, I'm always shivering.
Yeah, like you're not catching me in bike shorts at the airport because I'm fucking freezing to death. Like, no matter how big of a hoodie I packed and like me like tucking my little legs up underneath my hoodie and like looking like a little cocoon,
You're
I'm
still in an
freezing.
igloo.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. Anyway, okay, enough of that little tangent. Let us know what you guys think the TSA pre-check etiquette should be. Chris, you hot or you bothered?
I'm kind of bothered this week, actually.
Tell me about it.
I'm never hot and I'm never bothered. I don't know. Why is that so hard for me to decide?
Because you're not in touch with your emotions.
I'm not in touch with my
So
emotions.
you can't decide one
And
way
I'm
or
a Libra who
another.
cannot make a decision, but
Precisely.
I think that I'm bothered
Okay.
because I have this theory. I have a theory, you guys, that has probably been talked about a million times before by some person who makes theories.
Chris
But
having one thought in his entire life. And
and
he's
I've
like,
been
guys, I
thinking
have a
about this a
theory.
lot lately. I'm like, my theory is that you can like truly only experience something once.
Okay, can you elaborate?
Like obvious like okay, not like obviously you can like experience going to Target like 100 times. You know what I mean? Like you're like going to Target. But like imagine this is a really fucking stupid whack example, but like imagine like the first time you went to Target or like the first time you know what I mean? Just something like that. Like I feel like it's never going to be like the first time that you experienced it.
Like the first time you eat like the best burger you've ever had in your life.
Exactly. Like something like that. Like are you ever like, "Oh my god, like I wish that I could see that movie again for the first time," or like, "Oh my god, I wish I could like do
Yes,
this or do that again for the first time."
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Like yes. So like basically,
And like every time after that is just like you're not really experiencing it. You already are privy of like the what senses you're going to experience during that process.
you're basically just trying to replicate your first experience.
Kind of, maybe not all the time, but yes.
Okay.
I don't know how much more I can elaborate on that topic. um
Okay,
but you know what I was thinking of?
okay.
I was thinking I'm doing a lot of pointing
Yeah,
today,
you really
girls. I'm like
are.
um and I was like maybe this is my like single date where my single date trauma stems from.
Oh, because it's like you think that the second time won't be as good as the first time?
Not even well, no, cuz typically
Oh.
the first time isn't good.
Oh,
So but
okay.
I'm just like maybe this theory is related to those patterns in some way shape or form. Or I could just be a psychopath.
So what is your concern with like doing something again? Like why would you not go on a second date?
Because I'm like, I already experienced that. I already know what this person's like. I don't really have any interest in doing that
Mm.
again,
Mm.
you know?
Interesting.
And if I were to do it again, it probably wouldn't be as interesting or as fun as the first time. Because I feel like the first time you do something, it's always like, it's the unknown.
Yeah.
So it makes it like exciting and it makes it, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm thinking of like the way that I'm trying to understand what you're saying is
I'm so fucking done, you guys. Like, I apologize in advance. I've been thinking about this for literally 2 weeks. And I texted Cedar about it the other day and I was like, oh my God, I have a great topic. Like, you can only experience something once. And then here I am 2 weeks later. I've been thinking, all I've been thinking for 2 weeks is you can only experience something once. You can only, on a loop in my fucking head, zero analysis on that topic. I'm just like, okay, babes, great. Here we are in front of the camera, and I don't know what the fuck to talk about. I'm just a brain dead sack of shit. Are you hot or are you bothered? No, I feel like I need to elaborate more on this, but
Okay, well if you would have let me finish talking.
okay,
The
contribute to
way that I'm
this.
like trying to
Throw me a
understand this,
bone.
I'm thinking of like addictive drugs. How like you keep doing it, hoping for like the same outcome, the same feeling, the same experience, the same high, but it never is the same. So you just kind of keep doing it. And it's all just kind of like okay, but never like that great. So like is that kind of like the direction we're heading
I think you
with
could relate
this?
it to that, although I'm not a heavy drug user. Like I don't do opioids, opiates. What's it called? I don't know how to speak.
I don't are you implying that I am?
Yes. But I don't know. I feel like all my examples are really gay, so I don't want to like
Well, you're going to have to give the girls something cuz no one has any idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. Think of like for me, it's like not even like the first time. Maybe it's not the first time. Maybe you can experience something multiple times and then there's just one time that sticks out for you that like you think about, that like leaves an imprint on your mind. Like
Yeah.
I can think of a million. I have been to the Abbey 7,000 times in my life, but
Mhm.
there's like one night in my mind that sticks out as like the most significant night there, that nothing will ever, I will never relive that moment.
So like every
Nothing.
time you think of the Abbey, that's where your
That's like
mind
the
goes.
pinnacle experience, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like best case scenario,
Yeah.
and then it's just disappointing from then on out.
Yeah. So like yeah, like addictive drug use.
That's me.
Yeah. I guess I can definitely see that. And like in putting it in that perspective and like
What
thinking about
perspective?
like my favorite pizza, like I've had it a million times and it's usually really good. But like when I think about it, like there is one memory like specifically that like comes to mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like yeah, I guess I like understand like where you're going in that sense.
Anyway, we can just scratch that whole 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Are you hot? Are you bothered?
Okay.
We're like brain dead.
We're so brain
Are we
dead.
brain
It's
dead?
been a it's been a long week so
All
far.
we can talk about on this podcast is the airport.
Fucking airports. Oh my god.
We need to like make a rule.
We should actually have just started a podcast just strictly talking about airports cuz
Oh
we
my
would have
god.
filled that bitch up in a heartbeat. Anyway, I want to be hot, but I'm definitely bothered about this. Okay. So, I have like and I don't think anyone's going to understand this cuz it's like a very specific unique thing to like a redhead and like maybe other like minorities in some other sense of experience something like
So
this.
you're calling yourself a minority?
I am. First of all, I'm a woman, already a minority. Second of all, I'm a redheaded woman.
Are you serious?
Do you know how rare it is to have red hair?
No, but like you consider yourself a minority.
Women, women are minorities.
But is minorities only like classified under as a racial thing?
No, no, like as a gay man, you're a minority.
I'm not a gay man. I'm a woman.
Okay, Barbara.
I'm a woman.
Yeah,
Are you
obviously.
Googling this?
If women are minorities, are women considered minorities? Okay, this article says yes. Women do not share the same power, privilege, and opportunities as blah, 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 blah. Women can be considered minorities. Yes,
Okay.
women are minorities.
Is that from a .org?
Don't know, don't care.
Okay.
We don't do research here. Okay, so anyway, what the fuck was I even saying? Oh, okay. So anyway, this is specific to having red hair. However, if you have any other unique characteristics or traits that make you a minority, you might be able to relate to this. Okay, so I think that in terms of having red hair, I unfortunately get to witness like a very weird, like Freudian slip often
Mm.
with the men that I date because on many occasions I've been like dating a new guy or like on a date with a new guy or
Yeah.
being pursued by a guy and they always find it necessary to tell me about their how their mom had red hair or has red hair or how their sister has red hair or
Okay,
for
this is giving like
example
Oedipus complex. Like when a boy wants to like fuck his mom.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's like that's Sigmund Freud. That was his like theories. Is that like
Yes.
our initial yes, exactly. Okay, so for
Oh my
example,
god, we're talking about theories today.
oh my god, look at us. Okay, so for example, I had a boyfriend in college and he like had a Spanish teacher when he was a kid, like in elementary school, who he had like the biggest crush on and she was a redhead. And so like
So when he was fucking you, he would be like,
oftentimes
"Oh my god,
he's
like
thinking about his Spanish teacher
yeah.
from when he was in elementary school.
Yeah.
Exactly, which maybe we would have had better sex if he was actually thinking about that. But like it's just so strange to me because like they always find it necessary to like share that with me and I'm like, "Okay, so you want to fuck me cuz I look like your mom? Like why are you telling me this?" You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's just them trying to like relate, but
It's always a little unnecessary.
oh, my
It's never something
dad
that you would
had red
want to
hair
like,
or
oh.
oh, my cousin had red hair. It's always like an older influential female figure from their childhood that they are like, oh yeah, this woman had red hair.
This lady.
And I'm like, this has to like someone call Freud. Like this
Yeah.
has to be like a thing. Like there has to be something more to this other than like these men just trying to like relate to me by saying that they knew somebody with red hair, because it's never like another guy. It's never like anything like that. It's always like
It's always like the same genre of character that they relate you back
a
to.
sister, a mother, or like a hot teacher. And I'm like, so you want to fuck your mom
And your Spanish teacher.
and your Spanish teacher and maybe throw your sister in there too.
I don't know what that's called.
Can I say something else completely off of this topic, but we're going that direction? You know what I've never understood?
Hmm.
When people get upset about their friends hooking up with their siblings, and it's like I don't have any like male figures in my family. Like I don't have brothers or like
When
cousins.
so can you repeat that again?
So hold on. I don't have any like male figures in my family. So like, but if I were to have a brother, I'm trying to imagine a scenario in which one of my friends fucks my brother and I'm like mad at her for that. Cause I'm like, well, it's not like I was going to fuck him. That's
Yeah.
my brother. Like, why?
Also, I don't understand that too because I feel like okay, if one of my I mean, obviously this situation doesn't really apply to me. Actually, I guess it
It
could.
could.
I feel like it could in a lot of ways. Where am I going with that?
It could in a lot of
No, but like
ways.
if one of my friends was like into one of my siblings, I would like ship those bitches so hard.
Oh, for
I would be
sure.
like, "Come on, join the fucking family.
For
Let's party.
sure.
Like, let's do this. Let's you're one of us." Like,
Yeah,
I would absolutely love that. That would be like my biggest dream in life is to like have one of my besties shack up with my brother or sister. That would
absolutely.
be beyond a
Such a
slay.
sleigh. And I understand why someone could get a little bent out of shape about it being like, well, what if they hurt my sister? Like
Bitch, that is
what if
not
it
your
causes
business.
drama
You
or
are
something
not
like
in that
that? I
relationship.
could understand a certain level of frustration from that perspective, but not enough to like make it a thing and be like, oh, I can't believe you would
Yeah,
fuck my
like I wouldn't really
brother.
manifest that.
Like,
And I wouldn't also make it about me in that sense. Like if they were
yeah.
having like innocent fun, like
Okay, leave me out of
we're
it. If there's
adults.
drama, leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've genuinely never been able to wrap my brain around that. And I'm like, is that also some sort of weird Freudian thing? Like, you don't want your friends fucking your brother because you kind of low key want to fuck your brother?
That's
Like,
disgusting. Yeah.
well, what, but I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, if
I mean
someone
they
wants to explain it to
probably
me
probably that and like I feel like also sometimes people sick people get like a high out of being like
in power,
yes and be like
yeah,
getting a power trip
like
out
I
of
have the
like
control
hazing
here.
the new
Mm.
girlfriend or whatever. Like that shit's weird. Like we don't need to be doing that.
No, that shit is weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to imagine like if I had like a guy friend and introduced him to my sister or something and then they hooked
You
up.
just are anticipating them automatically to hook up.
1000%.
That's
And
like
like if I wanted this guy, my sister would know that and then they wouldn't hook up. But like if I was introducing, like I would never get mad at that if it was just like a platonic friendship and then like my sister wanted to fuck him. I'd be like, have at it, dude. Like, great, have fun.
go for it.
Like I can't imagine that, and then like imagine turning around and like being mad at the guy like, I can't believe you would fuck my sister, and it's like that's so weird to me. Okay, so for anybody that has siblings, if you can explain to us like why there would ever be a reason for you to be upset about like one of your friends fucking your sibling, please explain. That's I just can't wrap my head around it.
I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to think of situations where that would like bother me, but
It's just not there because I don't
yeah.
care.
And if it was like two people like that that I knew, like I would be like I don't want to know. Like I don't
Yeah,
like spare me the details. I don't want to know. Like
yeah.
that happened. That's all I need to know and let's keep it at that.
Unless like the outside party not related to the family was like kind of a scumbag and I was worried about them hurting my like
But again, this is your
relative.
friend
But exactly, but
in this
it would be
situation.
like I wouldn't make it a thing. Like perhaps using my sister as an example again, I would be like, "Hey, like just be careful cuz like he can be a fucker sometimes."
Yeah.
But I'm not ever going to like have a conniption over it.
Yeah. I don't think I would really care.
No, I can't see a world in which I would care. So that's my point, is that I just don't, I've never understood that. I've spent time thinking about it and I've never been able to wrap my head around it.
Mm,
Anyway,
I love that.
okay, that was such a odd little
That
episode.
was a weird episode. We just started talking about airports for 30 minutes and then we didn't know what
Had
else to talk about.
topics that literally had no point to either of them. Just little, they were just little thoughts we had to get off of our brains, and now we can hopefully never think of them again. And I hope that they haunt our audience for the rest of their lives. Okay, so what you're gonna do this week? Oh, you know what else I wanted to say on the topic of airports quickly?
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Just stack your bins when you go through TSA. And if you can, stack the fucking bin of the person next to you. It's the hottest thing a person can do. Don't leave
But
your bin
only do
behind.
that. But only do that. That's a good way to like hit on someone. Is to stack their bin at
Yeah.
the airport.
Like I told you earlier.
I always get stuck behind old people, so I always do it for them.
Yeah.
I sound like a really nice person this episode. I feel like.
I don't know if that's ever been true. I traveled to the airport one time with a guy that I was seeing, and he was so disgusting and didn't even put his own bin away. And I'm like the type of person where I'm putting everybody else's bin away and my own bin, and he didn't even put his own bin away, and it like actually repulsed me. And then when I was at the airport this past weekend, the guy behind me was like literally a dad, like traveling with his kids, like definitely doesn't need to be going above and beyond.
He's like
And
stacking like 3 little girls' bins.
yeah, and I went to go stack my bin and he grabbed it from me. He's like, I got it.
You're
And I
like,
was like, do you want to go to the bathroom?
do you want another baby?
No, exactly. I'll give you one right now. Like, it was the hottest thing anyone could have ever done. And I'm just like pro stacking as many bins as you can. Like, as far
And
as
you
I'm
can take
concerned,
that, you can interpret that how you wish, ladies and gentlemen.
as far as I'm concerned, when I'm going through TSA, I might as well be a security officer. Like, I work for TSA. Okay, yeah. So what you're going to do this week is you're going to leave your friend behind to go through TSA while you go through your pre-check line.
You are going to go to the Abbey because it's Pride.
Oh, do that for sure.
Yes.
You're also going to not be weird about your friends hooking up with your siblings. Just like let it happen, because that's so fucking weird. And what did you talk about?
I don't know.
Experience something for the first
You're gonna
time.
what you're gonna do is a little more research on my theory and come back to me with what the fuck I was thinking of, because I know there's some substance behind that,
We're
and that
starting.
other people think it too.
We're starting a new podcast where we bring to you not fully
Like
formed theories,
empty
and
topics.
then you guys have to relay
Yes.
it. You have to finish them for us.
Yeah, go do my fucking homework for me. Your homework this week is to do my homework for me because I have brain damage.
We're brain rot, like all the fucking trolls on the internet call it. Okay, sorry about that. We love you all so much.
Love you, girls
Go
and
study
boys.
Freud, test our theories, and we will see you next week. Love you. Mwah, mwah,
Love you.
mwah.